You either like me or you don't like me. I'm not everybody's cup of tea, and that's okay. But I'll be damned if I take a cold glass of water to water down my hot cup of tea just because it's too hot for you. I may be too hot for you, but I'm the perfect temperature for somebody else. Today, I'm gonna be transparent with you guys. I'm gonna be transparent and open with you guys and honest. I feel like it's never easy to admit when you're the one playing yourself or you're the one doing yourself dirty. And so that's why I'm saying this video is kind of like hard for me to do, because it's hard for me to get in front of a camera for whoever to see. This is just me trying to share my experience in hopes of saving someone else the trouble. I just want to show people that they are not suffering alone and they don't have to suffer alone. So my hopes and overall goals for doing transparent videos like this and videos that may be a little uncomfortable for me is to show you guys that you aren't alone. So I hope this video resonates with somebody and you're able to just see that you aren't alone in your struggles and you don't have to suffer alone. So let's get into the video. I've tried to film this video like 2-3 times already, and I just feel like I haven't been able to say what I want to say. So I'm just gonna try and wing it and cross your fingers and hope this one is the last take that I have to do. But today we're gonna be talking about dating and why I don't think I've done dating the right way. I say the right way because I feel like there is no like wrong or right way to dating. Everything's just all about learning and applying and learning and applying. For me, I feel like I should have definitely learned some of these lessons a little earlier. When you don't learn a lesson, you're gonna keep getting that lesson thrown in your face until you learn. And I feel like that's what was going on for me. Growing up, you know, we all face trauma. And I feel like some of my trauma has to do with abandonment and just a lot of my problems, and a lot of stuff that I face today when it comes to like insecurities has to do with like abandonment. And so a lot of energy and effort has been put into trying to make myself fit into people's like persona of me when it comes to dating. You know, changing myself to fit who they wanted me to be or who they thought like I would fit into their life. And boy oh boy, I'm 26 and I just learned a lot of these lessons this past year. I haven't been the best to myself when it comes to dating. I don't think I've ever dated anyone. I hate to say this because it's kind of embarrassing, but I don't think I've really dated anyone who was my type, or more importantly for this video, I don't think I really dated anyone who like really liked me like that, or like was like I was their type. Okay, this is kind of hard, but I'm gonna keep going. Looking back in all of my relationships, maybe not the last relationship, that one was a little different, but I feel like in all my other relationships, I was never myself. I was never Brittany. I was never myself, and it was for the fear of people not accepting who I was. And so when I would get in a relationship with someone, I was always so scared that they wouldn't accept who I was in my authentic self. And so because I was always so scared that people would not accept that and then eventually just leave me, it caused me to always tiptoe around them and always to never fully be myself in that relationship, and always watering myself down to the most diluted, thinnest version of myself for the hopes of not being too much for them to handle so they wouldn't leave me in the end. And I try not to regret this because I don't want to live with regret on my heart, in my mind. I don't want to carry that around. I feel like regret, I feel myself getting emotional, but I feel like regret is something very heavy to carry, and I just don't want to carry something so heavy around. So I really try not to regret the way I've been to myself, but I would be stupid not to acknowledge it and hold myself accountable and learn from this. I think what's hardest for me talking about this topic is like actually like verbally telling the world how I treated myself. And of course that all boils down to how I see my worth and my self-love. And if you guys haven't already watched my I've Changed video, definitely go watch that. But last year, 2021 was definitely a game changer for me, because after my last relationship ended, which was like the year 2019, I think, I was really hurt from that relationship, and I learned my lessons. I dated a guy in college, and that was just, I totally changed myself. There was aspects about my life and myself that he did not agree with or like, and so I just watered that down. And that was my story for a lot of the guys that I talked to in college. A lot of them didn't like that I like to go out and party with my friends and sisters. Some of them didn't like that I was in a sorority. Some of them didn't like how I chose to spend my free time. They didn't really like the vibing, like, you know, fun side of me. And for a very long time, I tried to hide that side of myself. I tried to pretend like I didn't enjoy it. Like, I'm not a partier. I definitely don't consider myself a partier, but I do like going out sometimes and getting a drink and having a vibe and just hanging out, dancing, loud music. I do enjoy that. And so for a lot of my time in college, I spent acting like that was not a part of me. A lot of the time I spent acting like who I really was not me, and I was putting on this fake mask and persona that I was this girl that I just was not. And it even started to overflow into like my social life. Like, I was in a choir in college, and I went to a Christian college. It was a Seventh-day Adventist college, Oakwood University. I know some of my viewers went to that college, or I don't know, OU, but I was in a choir there, and of course it was like a Christian college. So me getting on stage singing about God, and then people knowing that like I would go out and like dance and like have drinks and stuff, it just made me feel uneasy. And so I just really like tried to pretend like I was not that person. I really was like trying to put on a front for everyone. But what hurt the most was trying to put on a front for myself, knowing damn well who I am. It's just like, you're really trying to play yourself, like you're really trying to lie to yourself when you know. And so, yeah, I spent a lot of my dating time wasting my time trying to put on this front that I was somebody that I was not. And a lot of the guys, if not mostly all of them that I have dated prior to 2021, made me feel like the person I was not good enough. Well, okay, pause before I continue. People can say stuff, but at the end of the day, we are responsible of how we react to what they say to us. So I just said people made me feel like. No one can make me feel anything. They can only say words, and I can correlate that to how I want in my head. And I just chose to take what they were saying and their opinions about me as the truth. I was so separated from my self-worth and self-love and self-value and my true authentic self. I was just so separated and disconnected from her that I didn't give myself the love and respect I needed to just be like, okay, well, you can disagree with how I want to live my life, but I'm still going to stay true to myself and live my life. No, I chose to see myself as unworthy of like someone truly accepting the authentic Brittany, and I chose to change myself for these people. Did it work? Did any of these people decide to stay even when I decided to change myself for them? No, it didn't. In the end, I still got what I was trying to run away from, and that was being alone. I saw this TikTok and I don't know, it was some girl talking about, she was talking with the therapist. The therapist was like, how empty of me to be so full of you. I was like, wow. How empty of me to be so full and so focused on you and what you want that I am empty inside. I want to be so badly what you want me to be, but I'm ignoring what I want to be. If you move in life based on your fear and you accept the people in your life based on your fear, you will never be truly accepting what you deserve. Have you guys ever seen the movie Perks of Being a Wallflower? There's this quote in the movie that says, we accept the love we think we deserve. And I never understood that quote until this year. Like, I think about this quote very often, and I thought I knew and understood what it meant to accept the love we think we deserve. And I thought I knew what that meant until I realized that I was accepting the love that I thought I deserved. I thought because they didn't accept the authentic Brittany, the fun party Brittany, I thought because they wouldn't accept that I was not worthy of anyone loving that part of me. And I also thought, like, because they didn't accept that or didn't like that part of me, that something was wrong about that part of me and that I was a bad person. When I really learned this lesson of changing myself to be with the people that I wanted to be with, I was doing that because I thought I deserved that kind of love. I thought that I deserved to be with somebody who wouldn't accept my authentic self. And because I didn't see my worth and I didn't see myself as worthy as being with somebody who would accept every part of me, the good and bad, I accepted their love. I just found myself watering myself down a lot. And even when I did water myself down and change myself to be who I thought the men that I was with wanted me to be, I still didn't fit in. I still did not fit in. And yeah, it took me a long time to learn this lesson. It did. And it sucks how long it took me to learn this lesson, but I'm glad that I finally learned this lesson so I can stop attracting these kind of men who make me question myself and make me question my true authentic self and make me, you know, change who I am and make me feel insecure and just make me feel shitty. I'm done dating those kind of men. I'm like so done dating those kind of men because I'm a great girl. Like I like who I'm becoming and I like who I am right now. And I'll be damned if I let someone come along and make me just forget about all the hard work and progress that I put into myself for myself. It took me a long time to let go of these type of men in these type of situations. Like getting myself into situations that just made me feel so down about myself. Just made me question myself. Don't ever be with anybody who makes you question yourself. I know you may be thinking, well, I question myself all the time. Don't be with anybody who makes you question yourself. Don't be with anybody who makes you change. If somebody wants you to change, you just show them the door. Show them the door. Honestly, all of this does boil down to self-love and how you see yourself. And I think that's one reason why it's hard for me to do this video, because it's hard for me to tell you guys, like, at one point in my life I didn't love myself and I didn't see myself as worthy enough to date people that actually wanted to date me and not date their version of me in their head. I just felt like I had to prove myself to them. I felt like I always had to prove to them, like, no, I am worthy of love. Like, no, I am worthy of you staying with me through the hard times. Like, no, I'm worthy. If somebody wants to go, they're gonna go. They're gonna go. My last relationship, this man literally had the nerve to say, I wanted you to give me a reason to stay. This man wanted me to give him a reason why he should stay with me. I was flabbergasted. Did I give him a reason to stay with me? Hell no. No. If you want me to give you a reason to stay with me, there is none. Go. There is no reason. There is no reason for you to stay with me if you want me to tell you a reason to stay with me. And if you ever find yourself in that situation, you better run. Learn from my mistakes and you better run. I have so much to say on this topic of men and dating in this whole like just situation of like feeling like you have to prove yourself to a man for him to stay. I have gotten myself in some dumb situations, but I finally feel like I've learned my lessons. Cause like, let me tell y'all, the last relationship that I was in, I was in love. I was in love with that man. Was he good for me? Nah, I still don't know that. But what I do know is that he chose to never stay. He chose to never stay. And it took me a long time, even after our breakup, to digest the fact that this man did not want to be with me. I remember hearing somewhere, don't let a man tell you twice that he don't want to be with you. Don't let a man tell you twice that he does not want to be with you. And I let that man tell me way too many times that he did not want to be with me, but here I am still trying to prove something to him. No. But I broke free of that. I broke free of that last year. I let myself go. I took off my bondage and my chains from that toxic relationship. It wasn't even really a toxic relationship, just my mindset after the relationship. No, honestly, I'm not gonna sit here and try to sugarcoat. I'm not gonna sit here and try to sugarcoat things and try to take the blame for all of that, because men know what they're doing. And although like half the time we'd be like, oh, men are so stupid, men are so slow, men aren't that stupid. Men aren't as stupid as we think they are, and they know what they're doing. So like, I started to say like that it was like my fault, but honestly, like, it takes two to tango, and it takes two to tango. That's all I'm gonna say. But I finally freed myself from all of those feelings, and I will continue to move forward and just move forward. Just forward. I don't need to go back. It doesn't even have to be like in a straight direction forward. I just need to be moving forward. And letting go of my hair and chopping off my hair was probably the cherry on top, as far as like just letting go of all of that toxicity and toxic, like those toxic situations, and just like that toxic mindset I had of having to prove myself to people so they could see me as worthy to stay with. Like, no. I let go of my hair because I didn't want to hold myself to other people's standards. And I will continue to let go of whoever and whatever I need to prove that I don't need to fit into your box. You either like me or you don't like me. I'm not everybody's cup of tea, and that's okay. You're not everybody's cup of tea, and that's okay too. But I'll be damned if I take a cold glass of water to water down my hot cup of tea just because it's too hot for you. I may be too hot for you, but I'm the perfect temperature for somebody else. Have I found that somebody else? No. Do I have hope? Some days more than other, but you won't see me sacrificing myself to be with somebody anymore. So yeah, wow, I got through that video. I'm so happy because like I said, I've been trying to film this video 2-3 times and it just was not working. But today I just thought I was in the mindset to say what I needed to say. I hope you guys really like learn from this video. Don't make the same mistakes I do. And like I said, my hopes of sharing these moments of transparency is to help you and show you that you're not alone, but to also learn from my mistakes and don't go down the same path that I went down. And if you do, you better learn. You better learn and learn fast. But I hope you guys like this video. Comment below, let's have some discussion. Y'all know I like to talk to y'all, so comment below anything you want to add to this conversation, or just your thoughts, feelings, opinions, I don't know. I hope you guys like this video. Stay safe out there. Peace and love always. Bye.